Hi guys, it's Rishmina and welcome back to the Peppy Podcast. Welcome. In today's episode, we have a very special guest who happens to be one of my favorite teachers from school. She taught us history and environmental science, but more than the subjects themselves, it was her way of teaching that resonated with all of us. And today we have Ms Rianne Selwyn. Welcome to our show, Ms Selwyn.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And could you tell us a little bit about yourself before we begin?
You just did such a wonderful job. But did I never teach you English? Was it just EVS and history?
English, I think it was Miss Banerjee, but I think
All
you were
right.
a class teacher as well.
Oh, okay, great. So I am an English teacher now. I think history may have happened by accident because I loved it so much. And yeah, I've been in Dubai now for about a dozen years and I love it. I've been teaching for 17. You were one of
Wow.
my first few batches of students. So I think I was learning how to teach while I was teaching you, which is quite the experience. I have really good memories of being in a classroom with you and your little friends and your sister. But yeah, that's it about me. I'm me, just here.
Okay, so can you tell us what inspired you to pick up teaching as a career?
School. As weird as that sounds, because I was in the absolutely lucky position of going to the same place for about 22 years of my life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I did my kindergarten, my primary, my middle school, secondary, higher secondary, university, BEd, teachers training, and then I was employed at Loretto House as well. So
Mm.
7 Middleton Row, that's where I tend to float there. And I found it inspiring. I found every brick of that school incredible. The trees, the teachers, like more than 2 decades with some of the most brilliant teachers I've ever known. And I loved school. Like I would wake up ready to go to school every morning. I never ever wanted to leave. And I was also aware that it wasn't the same experience for everyone. Like some of my siblings, maybe my friends, they didn't find school as exciting as I did, and I kept wondering why, like how and why. And
Mm.
yeah, I think what inspired me was to just be there because I think that everybody deserves an excellent school life. I think that makes the world a better place, a good childhood and a happy school life.
Yep, I totally agree with you. And did you ever have a teacher that sort of was your role model who might have inspired you to pick up this career?
So I have a couple of teachers in my family, my grandfather and my uncle from my mom's side, and
Okay.
they're exceptional. Like I would see them prep, I would see them teach, I would see them get up and get ready and just want to be better at everything. And the
Mm.
way their students would react to them. So it was that half, it was the family side, and then like Mrs. Dheer, how can we mention her. So I had the good luck of like being in her class for 2 years and being taught English by her. And she was magical,
Mm.
magical in the classroom. And I'm still lucky enough to be in touch with her and very close to her. So very inspiring woman.
That's great. And when you mentioned that they used to prep to teach, do you feel like you have to do anything like that to keep on teaching? Any prep, any work?
A tremendous amount. Like
Okay.
I feel like it changes every single day because the children change so rapidly. And post COVID, the incorporation of tech, the incorporation of teaching strategies, the pedagogy as a whole has just changed. And
Mm.
if you don't wake up every morning willing to learn, willing to find a new method, find a new strategy, oh God, just learn the lingo. I'm teaching Gen Alpha now. So yeah, exactly. I have to learn every morning. Otherwise, I would be more of a fossil than I already am.
So is it almost like to be a good teacher, you have to be a good student?
You have to be a consistent student. Now, I don't know whether I was a good student, only my teachers would be able to answer that. I was a little bit of a mischief maker,
Mm.
but a consistent student, yes. You have to be willing, wanting, and ready to learn every single day.
Okay. So could you tell me what motivates you to keep teaching and to keep learning about the same subjects?
Uh, it's the little moments. It really is. It's the small things. It's when you teach a slumber did my spirit seal for like the 100th time, and you find like maybe one child who's also learning how to grieve or learning how to handle big emotions, and you see that flit across their face for a second, you that's what motivates you. And the laughter. I mean, to be a middle school teacher is an absolute blessing, because there are things to smile about all the time. Like, I don't wake up thinking I have to go to work. I wake up thinking I get to go to work, because
Mm.
as I sit at my desk and I watch these kids walk in, I just know there's going to be things that are going to make me laugh from my belly every day. So it's the little things. It's laughter. I love it.
Okay, so what would you say is the toughest thing about being a teacher?
Right now in 2024, I think maintaining the humanity of it, because it has become I don't want to use the word mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
but there there's so many things that you have to do, so many lines that you have to color within, like management and admin and parent teacher relations, and the standardized testing, and just making sure that all your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed. And at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, there are kids who really need they need to be able to talk. They need to know that they're being listened to. They need to know that they are being valued. So while I walk in there and I try to, have a starter for a lesson and make sure differentiation is being done and make sure that there's absolute equitable distribution of all our teaching resources and there's a plenary to my lesson, I have the mechanics of it going in my head like nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And there are those moments where you have to stop and breathe and remember this is a classroom, this is life, these are children. And that can be difficult. It can be difficult to retain the humanity of being a teacher and being with children while you're trying to tick all the boxes.
Mm. So it seems like it's a lot of different things to think about.
Oh, yes. I think I saw that there was a meme about all the browsers open in someone's mind. That's what it's like. Like that 40-minute lesson is there's
Mm.
a lot of things going on.
Mm.
And you have to be careful, because I think all your own bags have to be left outside the classroom. And you have to also be so careful that the children know that you are giving them your best, even if you do have like 1,000 things happening in your head.
Mm. Mm. Okay. And what would you say is the most rewarding aspect of your career?
Mm, seeing the students succeed, seeing them succeed, like even at the small things,
Mm.
like getting that essay right,
Mm.
winning that accolade at the end of the year, being on a podcast with one of
Oh,
them,
oh.
and success in so many ways. Like there I have, after 17 years now, I've got some really wonderful mums who are students. I've got some incredible entrepreneurs who just are changing the world. I've got kids who are just making a difference in little ways and in big ways, and it is super rewarding.
That's amazing to hear. So my next question to you is that when you step into a classroom and you have to think about all these different kids and their emotions, and sometimes it's not always pleasant emotions, how do you handle your own emotions during a difficult situation like that?
Hmm. Handle my emotions. It's a big word, but I think I do it the same way I do it in life. Like I bring like a little bit of a balance to things. I bring like an opposing force, because I do believe that when the little ones in your classroom are losing your mind, it is your primary responsibility to keep yours. So to hold on to yours. So it literally, if they bring the fire, I bring the water. So when they're
Mm,
going completely crazy, I do the opposite. If they're flowing happily and they're really relaxed and calm, I bring the fire. So yeah, it sounds silly, but I do the opposite. If they're
Mm.
sad, I bring a little bit of happy. If they're far too happy, making too much of a noise, I bring a little bit of the sad. But that's how I do it. I see what's missing in the situation and I try and bring it.
And what if someone is too much of either sad or happy and someone is really going through it? What would your management strategy be in that instance?
In all these years, I have found that nothing works as well as silence.
Mm.
Like give them give them the opportunity in the safe space, and most classrooms are a safe space. And
Mm.
when I say most, I mean like 95% of them. Maybe we've had a few incidents. So in that safe space, let them do it.
Mm.
Let them express themselves. Let them I think growing up in the 90s, a lot of our self-expression was viewed as indolence, like we were just defiant kids. And I find that difficult to digest. Like even now, if someone walks into a staff room and decides to have a conversation and says, well, the children are so indisciplined, never. I have not come across an indisciplined set of students in school, in a classroom. I found very many indifferent children who just
Mm.
perhaps won't quiet down or won't settle down by themselves.
Mm.
But the minute you tell them to, the minute you show them a different way,
Mm.
give them the time to settle into it, they
Mm.
do it.
Mm.
Discipline really, it has to be an inside job. It has to come from the inside out. And
Mm.
if you are not patient with children, you will refer to them as indisciplined.
Mm.
So when someone is too much of anything,
Mm.
I wait.
Mm.
I give them space. I'm silent. It
Mm.
just make the environment safe. All of that too much tempers down when someone feels comfortable.
I've never thought of it like that. All right. And do you have any tips for anybody wanting to pursue a teaching career?
Oh my. Only do it if you really, really want to, because it is very hard. It is very hard. It doesn't have the best pay in the world.
Mm.
Um, there are very difficult days. It is emotionally exhausting. You don't sleep very much because you're always grading papers and waking up really early to get to school on time.
Mm.
I know these don't sound like tips, but it is a reality check that if you want to join the vocation, if you want to be a teacher, you better really want to do it because there
Mm.
are 1,000 reasons to quit after like your first year. And
Mm.
all very valid reasons. The micromanaging, the fact that children are changing, the fact that the profession itself is changing,
Mm.
and that it's not a very highly paid job.
Mm.
Like if you are looking to be financially successful, you've got to have you have to have a backup. You have to have two jobs.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the tip. Do it if you really want to. If you're ready to embrace all of it with open arms, not just like the teacher's day and the good morning mess.
Mm. Any last stories or any incidents you want to share before we end our episode today?
I'm really trying to think of if I have any Loretto House incidents. And
Mm.
it was a long time ago. It was like a dozen years ago. Do
Yeah.
you remember anything?
I remember one episode, so not episode, an incident. So I remember we had a history class test, and the question was the paper was set by you, and it was who started the Mughal Empire in Bengal? And I hated leaving answers blank, and I had absolutely no clue. So I remember you called us to the staff room because I had written Marco Polo, and there was a girl called Diyasha in our class who had written Mamta
I remember
Banerjee.
Diyasha Shah. Diyasha, yes.
Diyasha wrote Mamta Banerjee. So so you called us into the class, into the staff room to say that I've laughed so much reading these two answers that the other teachers have asked me if I was okay, and they got me water because my stomach was hurting from how much I laughed.
Now you know what I meant when I said the little moments, like the laughter.
Yeah.
I would not trade this for anything. So yeah, Mamta Banerjee and Marco Polo not being the people who established the Mughal Empire is definitely one of those moments. Rishmina, thank you so much for sharing that with me. It's incredible.
Yeah. All right. So that brings me to the end of all the questions I've had to ask you. Anything you want to say to our listeners before we end today?
I would like to say that I am so incredibly proud of you. I
Oh,
am so
thank
proud
you.
of you. I know that you are going to be an exceptional doctor. This definitely has been like 15 really wonderful moments. Okay. Beautiful to talk to you, to see how calm and articulate and absolutely interesting you are. So that is what I want to end with. I hope, um, I've had very many students in my career, and I hope that each one of them is happy. I hope that each one of them is pursuing dreams the way you are, and that, yeah, the world is filled with people who feel confident and comfortable in their skin, just like you sitting over there. So, yeah,
Oh, thank you
that's how
so
I'd like
much.
to end.
Thank you so much.
More than welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Peppy Podcast. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.